Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, it's Moonlit Waters. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Maggie. I am going to cover the energy for you for the next couple of weeks. So this is going to cover the 28th of April through May 11th. There's a lot going on, and I'm actually going to kind of jump ahead just a little bit for you and give you a little bit of information, because while I was going through and prepping, I noticed something happening here that I think you should be aware of. You got a big change coming up in your life. So think back to around Valentine's Day, February 14th, and what the heck was going on in your life and where were changes happening, because you're going to be revisiting those coming up here. We just came off of that full moon that was happening in your 7th house of partnership, and there was decisions and choices being made around the home with that. And we've got Saturn going retrograde on the 23rd of this month, and Saturn's going to retrograde back to the same point that it was at on February 14th. And on the way back to doing that, okay, so February 14th is important because that was the weekend that Saturn squared Uranus. And so Saturn is in your house of career, and Uranus is in your house of you. It's in Taurus. And squares are really tough energies, and they're about making big choices and big decisions, big changes, right? Something like, and it really shakes things up. So we have a new moon eclipse happening in June on the 10th. And on June 14th, while in retrograde, going back to revisit this area in your chart that happened around Valentine's Day, Uranus is going to square once again with Saturn. So I want to suggest that if there's something that you've been hanging on to and you haven't been making the choice or the decision and you've been waiting it out, that the opportunity to be in control of how that happens is the window on that is closing, and you may want to get in the driver's seat, is what I just heard. Get in the driver's seat. So you've been being nudged, you've been being encouraged, you've been being shown that, you need to make some changes, but changes are going to happen with or without your permission, is basically what they're saying. So you've got the Sun going to conjunct with Uranus on the 30th. That just shine a big light on this big change. Really good energy on the 2nd to consider what feels right, what feels good, what kind of, it's an empowering energy sort of day. You can really get a lot done to move your life in the direction you want to go. Heads up, the 3rd. The 3rd is going to be some really tough energy. Anything you can do to prep for that Monday ahead of time, I would do that. Make sure your ducks are in a row. It's going to be kind of dicey. It's Mercury's going to be finishing out the last degrees of Aries, and just the communication could be really intense. And so fortunately, Mercury will move into Gemini that evening, making the rest of the week a little bit better on that front, but there's a lot of square energy. Again, that's a super tough energy all week long, really. The best day for working with people, for getting anything accomplished, for anything gentle kind of energy will be Thursday the 6th. But mostly, I think you're going to want to try to take the high point, take the high view. So I can see we're getting glitchy again. There's a lot of people in the building, and that tends to happen. So I'm going to unplug, because sometimes that helps. And then I'll be turning the camera down soon, and when I do that, you won't notice it so much. So just hang in there with me. Venus is going to move into Mercury on the 8th. So now we'll have Venus and Mercury into Mercury. We'll have Venus and Mercury into Gemini. And so that's really going to improve communication for the next couple of weeks, which is going to be really important. So make sure you're taking advantage of that window of opportunity, because by the time we get to the 23rd, that's when Saturn retrogrades, and that's when we're followed up on the 26th with a full moon eclipse, and then 2 weeks later there's a new moon eclipse, and then, Mercury in the meantime is going to be going retrograde, and it just becomes kind of a cluster. So heads up on all that. And what's really nice, though, is we do have a new moon coming in on the 11th, and that's in your sign, Taurus. And we'll have Mars in sextile energy with Uranus, so how you feel, because it's in Cancer, will determine a lot where you make the changes, and it's a new moon where you're going to plant your seeds of intention. And that new moon happens at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Daylight Time in the United States, and it's a Kazini new moon, which means that from like 2:30 to 3:30, so an hour before, I mean half hour before or half hour after, if you're going to do anything really important, that's a good time to do it. Choose to do it then, and give yourself the most opportunity to propagate something really amazing in your life. All right, let's go ahead and get into the cards. All right, so I'm going to pull cards when I get done, also for that new moon specifically. So we're going to cover the new moon, and we'll take a look at this energy. This is thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future. This is the key to the situation, and the overall energy that you have here. Ooh, it's nice. You have the star card. That's hope. That's clarity. That's figuring out what it is that you want, being hopeful about the future. That's your overall energy, so that's beautiful. Pay attention to what that full moon brought. Where did it help you release? Where did it help you to make decisions and changes? That was a really, where did this light of truth shine in your life? Because that was the truth moon, and that one was powerful. Okay, see, it's around the home, I'm telling you. So in the heart space, in the center, in the key to the situation, we have the home. And so decisions made around your home, getting clarity on this. There's something that has to do with career change, moving. It's a major life change that's going on here somehow. It either your work, you change jobs and it affects where you live, or it helps you bring in more balance around the home because maybe you're like overtaxed, overworking, and you just really need a break. And so you're trying to create balance in your life. It's something. There's some kind of a thing where what feels like home to you? Home is where the heart is. So what feels like home when you're making these choices and decisions as you're working your way through this energy for the next couple of weeks? So you've been trying to get some information. Now this could be a long distance move. When I see the stork, that's long distance move. It's also a long awaited change. The stork will fly for a long time, and it's also got new ideas attached to it. So bringing in new ideas and opportunities and figuring out where they go. Ooh. In the area of transformation, you have a lot of doubts and anxieties going on. Oh, up in your head, up in your head. Okay, so this is usually the card I use to say this is how you're going to transform the situation. So I'm thinking that releasing your anxiety and being willing to take a leap of faith in the direction that you want to go will bring in the abundance and the happiness. Look at this in the future in your area of thoughts about finances. You have the flowers, the happiness, the joy. So I think you have a lot of doubts about what's going on, but that looks like a really great place that you're moving toward. In the recent past, in the area of doubts, you've got the mountain. So lots of big doubts. This makes those mice right here. This is transforming these mice into, into nothing. Maybe it's like transforming the mountain into a molehill. Is kind of, because I heard mountains and molehills, but I wasn't really sure what they were trying to say. But now I see that we got the mountain here. So the more that you can reduce and let go of and release your doubts and your anxieties, the more you're going to move forward in the direction you want to go, which is to a new beginning in the heart space. You got a big change happening here. Some of you might be getting pregnant. You got the stork and the child. So the key to the situation is overcoming the obstacles. We have the key showing up in the mountain house. Oh, good. Also, it could be about selling a house. The obstacle may be that you needed to sell a house, or you needed to wait for a lease to expire, or, wow, this, It feels like because of where these squares are happening in your chart, your career and your home, it's all tied up together somehow, and it's a major big shift and change. And here you are, you're making a decision. We have what are you supposed to do right now? You need to make a choice. You may need to make a decision, and the energy is supporting you to make a choice, to empower yourself, to choose what's important to you before choices get made. Oh my gosh. And in the area of stability, we have financial abundance. We have the fish coming in. So whatever choice you make, it looks like you're moving in the direction of being financially secure, financially abundant, because you're happy about the finances, and the finances are in the area of stability, and you have in the heart space this new beginning, this joy. And so I feel like you're at a choice point, but it looks like you guys are on track to make the decision. You probably spent a lot of time thinking about it. Fixed signs don't change directions easily. I was talking to another reader the other day, and we were laughing. We were talking about how fixed signs, man, it's like you got to turn the seventh fleet around to make the choice and the decision. And so it takes this energy of Uranus and Taurus to help you do that. And Uranus is going to be in your sign for a couple more years. And you have the North Node moving into your sign by the end of this year. And so more changes are coming. So the more that you can make yourself comfortable with the idea of change, the easier it's going to flow for you. So, oof. Way up in your head. You are way up in your head. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords, which is there's a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running from the truth. And the Nine of Swords, which is unfounded fear, focusing on the worst case scenarios and allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. You gotta let that go. If you focus on what it is that you want, this is a time of manifestation. Very fertile, and what you focus on is what you're going to create. So if you're focusing on the negative, and you're focusing on the worries, and you're focusing on the doubts, you're absolutely going to create that for you. So instead, focus on the happiness, focus on the financial stability and financial growth and the opportunities that lie ahead, and pick what makes you feel happy in your heart. And it feels like it's something new, right? It's a move in a new direction. It is definitely a move of some sort, either in career or around the home. Maybe you have a new baby on the way and you have to move. Okay, so we have inspiration, motivation. Be prepared, as you will soon receive a visit from inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she could call it any time. Yeah, you're going to be motivated by this insight. It could come while you're sleeping. It could come while you're up in your head thinking around. But honestly, if you can get out in nature, if you can get out and go for a walk and allow yourself to just be in touch with your higher self, a lot of times under the water, in the shower, great ideas will come in, listening to music. Like, set your brain free. Don't focus on thinking about it. Just allow the thoughts to be coming to you through inspiration. It says here, when spring approaches, you are urged to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, it is time to get busy and do it. What are you inspired to do? What is it that you are spending so much time thinking about? So much time. I would like to ask you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you haven't already done it. I am creating an ambassador program where you have the opportunity to be on a call with me every month where we'll pull cards, and we'll create a little community of the beams of light there, and you will get quarterly readings. So sign up for that. Go to moondirected@gmail.com. The link is in the description box below, and sign up for that. All right. Additionally, you have the snow leopard. Oh, and you have the sea otter, happiness. So you have self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. First off, I don't like that they use the word perfection. Like, nothing is really perfect, right? It's all about learning and growing its lessons. That being said, spend some time in nature. Allow your mind to wander. What is inspiring to you, and what brings in the joy and the happiness? What brings in the joy and the happiness in the heart space? Be the master of playful living, release expectations, and enjoy every day, right? That expectation of perfection is not the way to find happiness. So let go of the worry. Let go of the worry. Instead, choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. So the future looks really bright. It is about letting go, if you haven't already done so with that full moon energy, really allowing yourself to release your doubts and trust that the universe is setting up something for you. And if you can get yourself in flow, it's going to feel a lot better than fighting it, because change is going to happen. But this way you can kind of control it a little, make the choices instead of having choices made for you, and move in the direction that makes your heart sing, that makes you feel happy and joyful. Allow yourself to feel inspired and motivated by that. This card keeps showing up, which is awesome because it's actually for this particular time frame. Each of these cards have a particular time frame, and this one is for like the 18th of April through like the 15th of May or something. And so this is the oak tree. This is planting the acorn, right? And it takes time for it to grow to be big and tall and strong, but it is about new growth, new ideas, new opportunities. And this is for that new moon that is happening in your sign on the 11th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on that Tuesday the 11th. It is happening at 21 degrees of Taurus. So anything that you have in Taurus. So I don't know where your sun sign is, but you may have other planetary placements there. Anything that's between, like 12 degrees, 12 or 13 degrees of Taurus and the end of Taurus. Maybe even 1 or 2 degrees into Gemini, will be feeling the influence of this opportunity. So if say you have Venus there, then this is an opportunity to grow something in the area of love. If your Sun is there, then really whatever you want to grow is there. If Mercury is there, then it could be a new idea, something around communication. So these things are all going to be touched off by this energy here. And at 21 degrees, it is kind of out of the range of where Uranus is going to create a disruption, which is nice. So this is kind of a nice, clean area of really high, fertile area to plant seeds of intention to really grow something amazing. So that's on the 11th of May. Let's get you just a little more guidance on where this new moon is going. Maybe, maybe not. That's interesting. Here we go. Okay, so that one says wait for important information and take charge with authority. Yeah, I feel like this is your intuition. The information is going to come through your intuition. Listen to your intuition and then make the move that you want to move. Take charge with authority. Decide. And look, he's got his antennas up. This emperor does. He looks like an emperor to me. What's he called? The Lord. You listen to your intuition and then move in the direction you want to go. Take charge. Plant your seeds of intention. And then start moving in the direction that you want to go. I really can't encourage you enough to start making that movement before the 13th of, we already have Pluto stationed retrograde on the 27th, was it, that it turned retrograde? Right after that full moon. So Pluto is about big transformation. Yeah, on the 27th. And so it's going to go back over a lot of this ground too about the changes that need to be made. And so try to get ahead of the game a little and decide what it is you want to do. Ooh, we have released jealousy. Okay, so there could be jealousy of a relationship, obviously, but I also like jealousy around wanting what you want. things that other people have. I can't, what is it? Keeping up with the Joneses. Thank you. Like, I kept seeing this thing, but I couldn't quite pull it out. Okay, so don't worry about other people being promoted or having opportunities. Yours will come. The ones that are meant for you will always find you because you have visualized abundance in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize, so don't be visualizing the negative. Everything you visualize, be visualizing the abundance and the happiness, okay? That's what you want to focus on, because what you visualize becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. It's really important to keep your energy in the highest vibrational possible, because those are the seeds that you're planting, and the oak tree will live for a long time. So plant something that you really want. Oh, cut my head off. I hate that. We're definitely talking about something with longevity when we're talking about the oak tree. So, and in Taurus season, that's longevity. Interesting. Okay, some of you really are thinking that you should be making more money than you have, or someone's got a better job promotion or opportunity and that's really bothering you. Do wealthy people have to spend all their money to feel wealthy? No, that's silly. They don't even have to spend a cent, do they? You're being reminded. That looks like an apple tree in blossom, by the way. An apple tree always bears great fruit, but even if it's a cherry, cherry trees, again, abundance of blessings, and cherries are apples will sustain you, and they have so much potential for amazing things, and cherries are about being extraordinary. So whichever tree this is, but it really kind of looks... It really looks like the shape of an apple tree to me. And then we have quick. What is the shortest distance between have and have not? Right? What's the distance? You're there. If you count your blessings, then you have bountiful, amazing things going on. If you focus on your fears, you are bountiful in fears and anxieties. You get to pick. I hope you pick this. I really do. All right, I will see you guys back here in 2 weeks for the next Taurus video. Videos will be coming out every day, though, so check out for your sun, your moon, and your rising. And then check out the Soul Growth series. They come out on Sundays. And if you want to know more about the Ambassador program, the details are in episode 1 of the Soul Growth series, but I'm also going to create a video in my spare time for that. All right, you guys have a great couple of weeks. Make the decision that brings you the joy and the happiness, and you guys take good care. I'll talk to you soon.